Miriam Joy, and welcome to my studio. We're doing some kids classes for Halloween, and so we thought it'd be perfect to do some ordinary masks that were real basic and simple and turn them into extraordinary masks by adding the Crayola. As you can see, we've done half of them for you. And we also thought it'd be really cute to take and decorate your pumpkins with before you carve them, to kind of give them a festive look before Halloween. So there's a lot of options that you can do with that. These masks were found at Michael's and they were only $1 a piece, so they're in everyone's budget. And I'm going to take mine and I'm going to place it over a clipboard just so it's a little bit easier for me to work with. And I'm going to start with the number 2 tool, the small end, and we're going to start adding fur to our kitty here, and then we'll get into the Frankenstein in a bit here. So I'm just putting these strokes next to each other. When you're working with foam, go real lightly. Don't push very hard at all. And the harder you push, the shorter your strokes are, and it just absorbs real fast. So almost kind of just skim across the top of the surface. And we're going to go all the way around. And I'm just going to jump that little guy right there, and we're going to do a little cheek area as well. We're just going to come all the way down. If you've never worked with the wax process using Crayola crayon, there is a video on YouTube called The Basics of Wax Technique. Just jump on over there. I'll teach you how to do all the basics. There's a couple little things that you got to know, like warming your tool. So we're just going to keep coming all the way up to the nose. So we've got all of our little fur on our kitty, and what this does is just give it texture. So I'm going to switch tools here, and I'm going to put the red in the kitty's ears. And you know, another thing that you can do on this is make whiskers out from inside. I couldn't quite figure out how to do that when I was doing it. So you can do whiskers as well. And then I'm doing an ascending dot, and that means just loading and going dot, dot, dot right up the side of that tool. And I'm actually going to switch and use a smaller end here for his nose. And then we're going to get started on his eyelashes. By putting the yellow around the eyes, it just really makes this mask pop out even more. So I really like that, otherwise it just kind of gets lost. And we're just coming in and we're just covering his nose basically. We're not doing anything fancy. It's probably a her nose. And we're going to go over here to the yellow. I'm just trying to clean my tool a little bit more here, and I don't know if I need which end of my tool I'm going to use here. I may need to go, nope, that's perfect. And we're just pulling those up to a point. We're just doing those all the way across the eyelid. Alright, and then when I get to the rest of it, we're just going to dot it, and that's really simple. And I did use the number 0 on this, and I could tell as I was working, this one's just a little bit bigger. So I did use the number 0, the large end. And when you're working with foam, the dots go on a lot bigger than if you were working with a material that was not as absorbent. So we're just going to put these dots on. And you know what I'm going to do? I want to add a little bit more between the eyes. I'm going to do a black. Do a couple strokes right there, just to make that nose come down a little bit further. Okay, so we've got our little kitty mask done, and like I said before, it was just a plain, boring mask, and now we have this fun, vibrant mask where the eyes really, really stand out. So we're going to switch this over to the pumpkin, and we're going to take the Frankenstein mask and switch places. And for $1, I mean, these are just fun to keep somebody busy during the daytime. On the kitty, I thought it would be really, really cute also to add a bow up on top. Would be fun to do as well. Now the Frankenstein mask, I have glitter, purple glitter in here. So I decided to use purple metallic, which has a glittery look to it, to that instead of a regular crayon. And there's nothing wrong with a regular color crayon. You could use the purple Crayola on it or whatever you wanted to do. Just, I like that. I wanted to kind of just follow through with that theme. So I just am kind of following his hairline here. And I know I'm bouncing around all over the place. And what we're going to do is just where each one of those little bangs comes, we're just going to pull a stroke up from those. And then when I get to the corner, I'm just going to start to curve around that corner. And then we're going to come back and do the opposite. You know, you could also do this black too if you wanted to do more of a black color. Just do it. When you're working with your crayon, come around your piece, don't come through it. So if you drip like I just did, you don't drip on top of your piece like I just did. And that helps that as well. Okay, so we've got his hair, so we've got some little bit of glitter in it. And so we're going to come over here and we're going to put his stitching in. We're just going to make it stand up. So I'm going to use the zero tool here. And we're just going to go back and forth on the strokes. We're not going to go all one direction. We're going to go back and forth with the strokes. And then I also wanted to do another scar down here. So I'm going to put another one here. Okay, and then we're going to come and we're going to put the little liner work between that. And so I'm going to the real small tool, the number 0 tool. And I'm just going to make those lines in between. That's all I'm doing. All right, now let's go in to make his little screws and bolts here. And what I'm going to do is make this bolt bigger. And I'm using my bigger tool again. I'm going to just take that wax. I'm going to walk that wax back and forth a little bit. And then I'm just going to pull that guy down a little bit just to bring that to life a little bit more. And let's finish up his eyes here. So on his eyes, we're just going to make his eyes stand out. That's all we want to do. And remember, don't push down on it. That's a difference between a nice crisp end and kind of a fuzzy end. And then I am going to do 4 dots. And if you have room for 2, if you have room for 3, whatever you have room for. So that way, we've got our little Frankenstein little guy. You can do anything you want to. You can change the colors, whatever you like. So I hope you enjoyed this little class. If you have any questions, please visit me. My cameraman's being goofy today. Please visit me at miriamjoy.com is my website. And also, oh, this is why we leave them. It's because we can't go back and do them again. It's just like you're here at the house and we're having a great time. If you have any questions, please email me at art@miriamjoy.com. in it for any of the products, there is my website, miriamjoy.com. There is also a link for YouTube videos there as well, and there's also a Facebook link. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a great time, and we're sorry for the giggles. God bless.